You're drifting off to sleep. The room is quiet. And then, out of nowhere, a deafening noise, like a shotgun blast or a crashing cymbal, detonates entirely inside your own skull. There is no intruder, and nothing actually exploded. What you just experienced is a specific, high-speed mechanical failure inside your brain's biological transition network. We tend to think of falling asleep as a simple on and off switch. In reality, the boundary between wakefulness and sleep requires a highly volatile handover of control, demanding absolute precision from your nervous system. This visualization shows the precise tug-of-war required to fall asleep. Arousal-promoting centers, like the reticular activating system, flood your brain with signals to stay alert. Meanwhile, sleep-promoting centers, such as the ventrolateral preoptic nucleus, physically push against them, attempting to force the body to shut down. When this neurological handover glitches, human consciousness becomes trapped in a biological no-man's land. The result is a series of intense sensory misfires, triggering the terrifying illusions we call exploding head syndrome and sleep paralysis. To understand exploding head syndrome, we have to track a normal descent into sleep. Your brain must smoothly and sequentially disconnect from the outside world. Here, the reticular activating system acts as a dimmer switch, sequentially suppressing sensory neurons. It shuts off motor controls, visual, then auditory connections. In exploding head syndrome, the switch gets stuck, leaving the auditory connection active, triggering a massive electrical discharge. Your conscious mind is suddenly hit with a spike of raw electrical data. Lacking any actual external sound to attach the data to, the brain interprets this sudden neural overload as a deafening physical impact, like a bomb or a gunshot. The loudest sound you will ever hear can originate in total silence. Exploding head syndrome is simply a failure of your biological engine to properly power down. The mechanics shift entirely when we look at the opposite end of the sleep cycle, the deepest stage of REM sleep, where your vivid dreaming takes place. To keep you safe while dreaming, your brain employs a strict defense mechanism called REM atonia. It actively paralyzes your skeletal muscles, so you don't physically act out the violent movements in your sleep. This lockdown is managed by the SLD. It floods the spinal cord with inhibitory neurotransmitters, clamping down on motor movement by blocking signals to spinal alpha motor neurons. In sleep paralysis, the cerebral cortex wakes up, but the SLD remains active, sustaining the chemical blockade. The desynchronization is immediate and visceral. You are left with a fully alert, conscious mind trapped inside a biologically immobilized body. This state of paralysis is almost universally accompanied by a hallucination of a dark, evil presence in the room, paired with the feeling of a heavy weight pressing down on the chest. This sensation originates in the amygdala, your brain's fear circuit. Realizing the body cannot move, the amygdala hyperactivates, sending you into a state of absolute panic. At the same time, the muscle paralysis extends to your chest wall. You are constrained to rapid, shallow breaths. Your brain monitors this restricted breathing and misinterprets the physical feedback as asphyxiation caused by an external weight. There are no malevolent nighttime intruders. The demons at the foot of your bed are the brain's desperate attempt to rationalize a terrifying combination of an overactive fear circuit and paralyzed breathing muscles. Despite the visceral terror these episodes create, the clinical reality is far less threatening. Both exploding head syndrome and sleep paralysis are completely benign parasomnias. This infographic outlines the true culprits. These phenomena are highly common software bugs in your transition network, frequently triggered by simple, everyday lifestyle factors, severe sleep deprivation, high stress levels, or a disrupted circadian rhythm. Experiencing these glitches does not indicate any underlying physical danger, psychological damage, or any lasting harm to your nervous system. Understanding the rigid neurobiology behind the terror robs the shadows of their power. We want to hear about your experiences. Head down to the comments and describe the physical sensations you felt during sleep paralysis or exploding head syndrome.